welcome to my channel. My name is Bella and this will be my first video. To start my first video, I'm going to be doing the Sims 4 Dream House Challenge. For the Dream House Challenge, I was thinking about putting the house here because I feel like this is a cute area. It's got a gym, a library, and it's got this cute little boat coming by right next to the house. So I feel like that'd be a good spot to have our dream house. And of course, it was surrounded by a bunch of other cute houses. And my goal for this is to start with a couple or just start with a girl and maybe she meets a guy. But starting in a small house and building up and saving money to be able to move into the dream house. And right here, I'm just building a bunch of boxes. Don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. But in the center is where I want all the stairs to be. And I'm lifting up all the rooms because I like having the idea of having stairs in the center going up to the different levels of each room. And my plan for the girl, I'm not really sure about yet, like what career, what she's going to be like. Or if I should do the couple like as my real life couple or have them just be random Sims that I make. But the guy, I do want to be more of a sporty Sim and have the sports career because I feel like that's a good career to start off in this series. So here I'm fixing some of the build in the middle because all the stairs weren't working, but I figured it out to get all the stairs to fit in that little area. And here I add an office door because that's where the office is going to be, and I have for that room it's a little different because you have the stairs going down into the room instead of up just like the other rooms, and I kind of like having like the glass doors into the office and stuff like that. And I chose these windows. I thought they were cute and homey, and I was trying to decide on a wallpaper for the outside, trying to make the house a little cute and homey. I was trying to decide between being homey or more like a modern house, and I decided to go with being more homey. Maybe in another series do more of a modern house because I really do like having like the windows where the whole back or the whole sides are just covered in windows and there's like no walls. And then I was trying to get like a cute back door, and of course I got to put the stairs in the front so we can get to the door. And then I wanted to decorate the front a little cute so that it's not just plain and boring. So I thought these cute little flower beds were perfect fit. And then also you want to have trees. Of course, most properties aren't just grass. You'd have some trees around, and around this property there's a bunch of trees. So I feel like it just fits to have a bunch of trees around it. And then I made a cute little walkway. And here's like our little entrance area where you'd come in and you'd probably put your shoes and stuff. And so for this part I'm doing like all the floors and the walls, which most of these ended up changing in a couple minutes anyways. I changed it a lot trying to decide on what I wanted to do. And in this room, I was thinking of laundry room, and the room on the right being like a little bathroom for downstairs, because I like having the idea of having like a cute little bathroom downstairs that everyone would use, your guests would use, and then also having your laundry room right there, having its own room for your laundry. And of course I got to get the upstairs started. We don't just have it downstairs because this is a dream house. It's got to be big. And I'm trying to decide on like the room sizes, and because it's kind of a little weird shape. And I also wanted it to have an opening from the upstairs to the downstairs where all the stairs are. And it took me a while to figure out how to do this. So I'm trying different methods, and I had to do a little bit of research to figure out how to get it to open where it wasn't deleting the roof as well. I'm trying to see if I do a little door, and then I even try to do little gates because, of course, I'd want gates around that area because if we had kids in this house, we wouldn't want them to fall off the edge. And it wasn't working because when I tried to delete the door, the ceiling would also get deleted. So it took me, this was definitely one of my challenges I had with building this house. I could not figure it out. Eventually, I just decided to do that and then put a glass roof on top because then you have the sun shining through into the whole house, which I thought was like a cute add-on and a fix for me not being able to figure out how to do this without making the ceiling disappear. And before I even noticed that the ceiling was gone, I just started working on the other rooms that I was deciding on doing because I wanted to have the main bedroom, have a walk-in closet and a nice bathroom, and then we'd have like 4 other extra bedrooms, and then this would be a bathroom area and also upstairs like a library so that they could go upstairs, sit in there and do some reading because I like to read books, so I feel like I would have my Sims do a little bit of reading. And I also add in these little lights everywhere because they're small and they're also a lot cheaper, but they also provide a bunch of light. And this is where I noticed that the ceiling was gone, so I was just fed up. I was like, okay, we're just having a glass ceiling. I'm done trying to figure that out. And then I'm putting in the roofing, which took me a minute to do. Trying to decide on how I wanted it shaped, what type of roofing I wanted to do. Because the roofing in this game is not very easy to figure out, for me at least. And one of my goals for this series is to have a big happy family. Like I want to have probably 4 kids. Not sure what the genders I'm thinking about, or if even twins, maybe just want 4 individual kids or 2 individual kids and 2 twins. I'm not quite sure. I was kind of thinking about, seeing how it goes and all that. Here I'm trying to figure out like a middle window that looks cute with the house and goes with the design, which took me a while to figure out, and I decided to do that top window, and then I was looking at the side saying, oh, maybe that's cute, but I changed my mind on having the out windows there. And then now I'm just adding all of my upstairs windows because it's a big house. It needs a lot of windows. We want it to be nice and bright. We don't want it to be a dark house. Lots of windows. And I do want one of these rooms to be like a kid's room, but I'm not really sure. Like, even when I finished the build, I wasn't really sure which room could be a kid's room, or if I should like add one on, change the shape of a room to make a kid's room, or what I should do with that. And this build took me about 8 hours to make. So I put a lot of thought into this, trying to decide on what wallpaper looked best. And the flooring I changed about like 20 times. I couldn't decide what looked best with what. And then here I decided to put this greenery fence around the whole property. And now we're kind of starting on the back patio. I really do like to put plants around the house and inside the house because I feel like it just makes it more nice and open. We're doing a cute little patio out back. I just started with this small patio because my goal is like once they move into the house then they can save up and add in a pool and stuff like that. But to start, I just wanted to have a cute little backyard with a patio and having a little bonfire with some seating. And in the front, I couldn't decide on like any nice stuff. So I just decided to decorate the front a little bit first, maybe come back to it, put some stuff in the grass, maybe some little trees. And then we're starting on the entrance here, which is where when you'd walk in, you'd put your shoes down, jackets. So I have this little jacket hanger here, little baskets for shoes, and then I had a little seating area. On the side, you walk in, you could sit down, just a little extra seating. And then we go to the bathroom, because I forgot to add in the doors, but here's the laundry room, because I feel like when you're in a big house, you have a lot of kids, you got to do a lot of laundry, so you need a separate little room for that. Trust me, it does take me a long time to figure out what pictures I want to put on the walls. For some reason, I just gotta be specific on what picture frames I want to put on the walls. And I put a lot of extra little things into each room because I feel like it's more realistic to have a little bit of clutter in the room and stuff. And even got the little pictures that say wash, rinse, and have little laundry pictures. And then I was trying to find some really cute curtains, which I end up using these curtains all over the house. And this room is going to be the gym, because I feel like if you have a big house, you're going to have your own personal gym. Like in your dream house, you'd have a personal gym. And if we're going to have our guy character be like an athletic guy, sportsy guy, he'd probably have a gym. Plus, you want to be healthy and, work out and stuff, which is something I do a lot now as a person. I work out at the gym. I used to be an athlete in school, so I feel like working out is really important. So I was going to add that into my game. And then this bathroom is just going to be a little bathroom for like guests or, working out. You need to go to the bathroom. It's just right there. So it's just a little cute toilet and sink bathroom. No shower in this bathroom. But I add in all the little things like that make it more like a realistic bathroom, like the soap and the towels and toilet paper. And I've used these everywhere, these curtains, almost everywhere in the house. And when I got to this room, I realized I didn't have a lot of room for a kitchen. So I'm just trying to decide how to make the kitchen fit to where it doesn't look such like a tiny kitchen. And I do want to have an island as well. So I feel like my Sims would be cooking a lot because I like to cook. So I feel like I'd have my Sims be baking and cooking a lot. I almost forgot to put a fridge in. That's probably important to have a fridge. And I couldn't figure something out to put above the fridge because it made it look so dark and shadowy. So I just decided to put like something on the wall instead of a cabinet above the fridge just to fill that little space. And then here I'm making the island, which I feel like they would probably use a lot to bake instead of the cabinets on the side. And you'd have breakfast at this little table. And you got your little kitchen sink, and we need a coffee maker. Put all like the appliances that you would have in your kitchen. Because obviously I'd have a mixer, coffee maker, have your little bread basket. And I'm just adding in all like the small things that make it more realistic and having the utensils. I'm just seeing what else I can add, just like the drying rack, because of course if you're doing dishes you'd have a drying rack, and having the little coffee cups I think is super cute next to the coffee maker. And I like this trash can that I added because when the Sims throw stuff away, they get little amount of money from it, so I feel like that's like a plus to that trash can. I've always had it in my games. And then I add in this little cute lighting to make it more realistic. You wouldn't just have those lights, you'd have a little bit of hang down lights. And I wanted the dining room to be over here. It's next to the outside door. It's a little bit squished in here, but I feel like it makes it look cute. And then I add in a light that I feel, because obviously you're going to have a light over your dining table. And I ended up going with this light. And the vibe of this house is kind of like a green and blue house. It's kind of how I went with the colors. I've got my blue chairs over here because this is going to be like a little reading area too, or just a hangout area in the house if you're just relaxing. put some books there so they could read books. And then here I am just trying to add a bunch of clutter to make it more like realistic. You're probably going to have a bunch of pictures in your house. And I couldn't just not have a wall that didn't have a bunch of windows on it. I had to add a bunch of windows, which I feel like it makes it look super cute, looking out to the backyard, to the cute little patio we had. And I like the little door because that kind of makes it look a little more homey and stuff, but you have all the windows, which I feel like adds in a little bit more modern, making it look a lot like a dream house. In this corner, I decided to do a bunch of greenery. I couldn't figure out what I wanted, so I just put a bunch of greenery there. Something you probably wouldn't have like in a normal house, but it's a dream house. It's not going to be normal, so I'm just adding in more little things to try and make it more realistic. And then we move on to the office where I decided to have a door to go outside because I feel like it would open it up a lot more. If they're doing art or something, they might want to go outside and they'd want to go out that door to do some painting. But we're going to have 2 desks in here because of course we're going to have a guy and a girl. And I feel like they would, play games. I feel like the guy would more be like a gamer because my boyfriend likes to play games, so I feel like he would have like a little gaming area. And then the girl would have more like a little office-y area where she's doing her writing or playing games. So it's a little more cutesy for the girl. I'm just adding in all my little extra stuff to make it look a little more decorated for their specific corners of where their desks are at. I'm just adding more decoration because we want to fill those walls up so they're not so plain. And I thought about putting some like little crafty things in because I'm pretty crafty, so I'd want to be doing some candle making, painting, wood making, little music things because like if we're raising kids, they might be interested in music when they're growing up. And here's going to be our living room. And I love doing couches like these. I have a mod where you can put these couches in, so you could just keep adding on, but I decided to just do this smaller couch since it's a smaller area, and then add like a chair on one side. And I chose to do a big TV because it's a dream house. They either go big or go home, so why not have a giant TV? And then this would also be like the hangout area for like our kids or just party area where we have house parties. We'd have people over. So we have the stereo and some little games, a bar, all the things that you need for a party. And of course, when our kids are older, they'll be teenagers inviting their friends over for parties and, hanging out. And even as kids, they'd invite their kid friends over. So we'd want to make this like a kid-friendly area and like teenager and for all ages being able to be in this area. Now I'm just adding little things like the pillows, which I thought were really cute. I've actually never added pillows to my couches before. This is the first time I added the pillows, but I feel like it really adds character and makes it more realistic because most people would have pillows on their couches. And here's me adding all of the window shades. And I tried to do different colors for the different rooms so that they were a little bit different. So up here I'm making my closet and I'll be making the walk-in closet and the bathroom. So here's the main bedrooms. This is where the parents would be. And I kind of went with like a blue theme for this room, which I do with each room because I end up making like all the rooms just a guest room because we technically don't have kids yet. So I didn't want to make them like kids room or anything like that because you don't know how the kids are going to be. They're all going to be different. So I just went with a different color for each room. And I thought this is the main bedroom. It's the dream house. You want to have a fireplace in your dream house. Like, that's pretty cool. You got your own chair in your dream house. You got your fireplace in your room. When the kids are out playing, you want to have like alone time. You should come in, sit by your fire in your room. And I thought having a little seating area over here would be cute too, with some books, because I feel like the female sim would be like more of a bookworm, because I'm a bookworm, so I'm kind of basing her off of like how I would be. And then I like adding a bunch of the greenery and the plants and stuff. And then this is their walk-in closet, where they've got all their clothes hanged up and everything, because in your dream house you're going to have a walk-in closet. You're going to have a big walk-in closet. So I put up some clothes that they hang up and a dresser, and then I even put some shoes out. And of course you want to cover up that window, because you would be changing in there most likely. And then I'm just adding the small things onto the dresser to make it more realistic. You probably put like your towels and your t-shirts just folded up on there. You got a basket of pillows and blankets, just the extra little things to make it a little more homey. And I end up adding the laundry baskets in here. And we'd have two, because there'd be two people using that. And then this would be the big bathroom that they have, which I put 2 showers in, because I feel like if you're married, you'd probably be taking showers at the same time. So you could have 2 showers next to each other. Added in a little trash can in the bathroom. And I went with these 2 sinks, because of course you'd have 2 sinks in your big bathroom. And then adding in the little things that make it more realistic, like you'd have your towels and your soap and the rugs in the room. And then I decided to come down and add a little more trinkets to the desks and stuff, because I left them a little plain. And I feel like you'd have like some sweet tea when you're, playing your game or writing and stuff. And I'm doing the kids' bathroom, because this is going to be the kids' bathroom. So I decided to do yellow, because I feel like yellow is a very sunny color. Like, it's going to be a happy bathroom where you'd have your little kids in. And I'm trying to put in some curtains everywhere. And in the bathrooms, I like to do curtains that are covering up the window, because of course you don't want people peeking into your bathroom. That's like your private area and stuff. And in here I'm trying to make a cute little curtain, because it's going to be the library that we have. And I forgot that I didn't add in some pictures everywhere, like in the rooms and stuff. We want to make them a little more like homey. Like, you're not going to just have plain walls in your house. You'd have pictures up everywhere. And I like to put plants in, because I feel like it really fills the spaces, and I like plants. So I feel like having plants makes it really homey. And I decided to add a rug and like a table and everything when you walk in. If you had company come over, they'd walk in, and there'd be a nice little table for them to like set their stuff by. And then I did all these rooms different colors. And that's it. That's the dream house that we'll be moving into. So, yeah. Let me know what you think. Tell me what you want me to do with the Sims, what I should do with the guy, what I should do with the girl, or if I should start off with like my relationship, or if I should have it just start with a girl and she meets someone, and how that should go.